John Steinbeck was born in Salinas, California, at the 27th February of 1902. The love of the literature come from his parents. They support him always, economically and morally. He passed his summers working at the ranches where he take a lot of ideas to make new characters of his books. One important fact of his social impact with literature was the ideas of communism that he shows at her book The Grapes of Grapes. In this book, he compared the differences between farmers in California and richest classes. This book generated a lot of propaganda and social unrest. In all his life, there are a lot of facts that they were taking to these ideas. One important thing is that he participated in the World War II. I'm not saying that the wars take you to communist ideas, but it really changed you. In 1962, he won the Nobel Prize of Literature, and in all his life, he wrote more than 30 texts, novels, films, etc. And he died at 1968.
Oscar Wilde. Oscar Fingal of Flaherty Wiles Wilde, or simply Oscar Wilde, is a great English writer, poet, and journalist, born in Ireland in 1884. Son of renowned Dublin intellectuals, he proved to the prominent classist first at Trinity College, Dublin, and later in Magdalen College, from where he earned the highest honors in classical studies. Guided by two of his tutors, Walter Pater and John Ruskin, he became known for his involvement in the growing philosophy of aestheticism. He also deeply explored Catholicism, a religion he converted to before he died. After the college, he moved to London, where he alterned in fashionable social and cultural circles. As a spokesman for aestheticism, he devoted himself to various literary activities. Published a book of poems, lectured in United States and Canada on the English Renaissance, and then returned to London, where he worked prolifically as a journalist, known for his scorching wit, flamboyant dress, and brilliant conversations. Wilde became one of the greatest personalities of his time. In 1890, he refined his ideas about the supremacy of art in a series of dialogues and essays, and incorporated themes of decadence, duplicity, and beauty on his only novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray. The opportunity to precisely develop aesthetic details and combine them with social themes prompted him to write theater. Oscar was a follower of anarchist ideas. This affected a lot when he was writing his poems and texts. Oscar was jailed for being homosexual. After his arrest, he went to live in Paris and then he died at the age of 46 years old.
I will talk about the famous English writer and novelist Charles Dickens. The first work of Charles Dickens was a set of articles taken as an inspiration the daily life of the city of London. They were published under the pseudonym Boss. He married He married with Catherine Hogarth, daughter of the editor of the Morning Chronicle. It was this newspaper that published several of the author's early works. The post the post the posthumous paper of the Pickwick Club of the Pickwick Club, Oliver Twist, and Nicholas Nickleby. Um, All the serialized publication created a great influence on the public. As time went, went by, Charles Dickens evolved towards a style committed to society, with the novel by Oliver Twist as the maximum exponent in the middle of the 20th century. He was received with honors in the United States. However, it didn't take long to be disappointed since he considered that society had many old world vibes. He did not hesitate to reflect them in the novel Martin Chuzzlewit, which caused great indignation in the United States. However, in reignited public just a year later with the publication of Christmas Song. Charles Dickens traveled through much of Europe, reaching Switzerland, Italy, and France. Then he took his first step in the world of theater and founded the daily newspaper, whose existence was very short. It was then that it reached great popularity worldwide. He made various conferences and was even received by Queen Victoria I of England shortly before his death.